Welcome to Genoa. Imagine sunny streets, the smell of fresh pesto all around, and colorful buildings that look like they're about to fall over. Welcome to Genoa, Italy's secret treasure on the Ligurian coast. Genoa is a busy port city, important for business and trade. But don't let that fool you. Genoa has history and culture as rich and tasty as its famous pesto. This city was once as powerful as Venice, ruling the seas. It's the birthplace of Christopher Columbus and some of Italy's greatest musicians. Come with me as we skip the tourist traps and find the real Genoa. By the end, you'll be saying, "Forget Rome, forget Venice, Genoa stole my heart." Okay, everyone, let's start our Genoa adventure in the heart of the city, the Centro Storico. This area is a labyrinth of narrow streets and alleys, each one with its own unique charm and story to tell. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its historical significance and stunning architecture. Genoa is real, it's lived in. It's a place where history whispers from every old building and cobblestone street. The atmosphere here is palpable, with centuries of stories embedded in the very stones. Get ready to get lost, in a good way, in the Carugi. These narrow alleyways are like stepping back in time, offering a glimpse into the medieval past of the city. These narrow, twisty alleys are the heart of Genoa's historic center, a fun maze from the Middle Ages. Each turn reveals something new and unexpected. The Carugi used to be full of merchants, sailors, and all kinds of people, and you can still feel that energy today. The hustle and bustle of the past is mirrored in the vibrant life of the present. Look closely as you walk around. The details in the architecture and the hidden corners tell stories of a bygone era. Every turn has a hidden surprise, a small workshop, a painting on a wall, a family restaurant with hot bowls of pasta. These little discoveries make exploring Genoa so special. This is where Genoa's soul is, in these small, unexpected moments. The everyday life of the locals adds a unique charm to the historic setting. Speaking of food, you can't come to Genoa without trying focaccia. This delicious flatbread is a staple of the local cuisine. This flatbread is a Genoa classic baked with olive oil and salt. It's simple yet incredibly flavorful. Grab a piece, find a sunny spot, and enjoy the simple Genovese life. There's nothing quite like savoring focaccia while soaking in the vibrant atmosphere of the city. As you explore, look for the Palazzi dei Roli, fancy old houses. These grand buildings are a testament to Genoa's rich history and architectural beauty. Many are open to the public, showing you how Genoa's rich people lived. Step inside and you'll be transported to a world of opulence and grandeur. Now, if those Carugi showed you Genoa's humble heart, the Palazzo Reale shows you its fancy past. This grand palace stands as a testament to the opulence and power that Genoa once held. This huge palace, once home to kings and queens, has so much gold and so many chandeliers that everyone will say, "Wow." The sheer amount of luxury is almost overwhelming. The Palazzo Reale was built in the 1600s for the rich Balbi family, important merchants in Genoa. Their wealth and influence are evident in every corner of this magnificent building. Today, it's a museum, a time capsule that takes you back to when Genoa was a world power. Walking through its halls, you can almost hear the whispers of history. As you walk through the palace's beautiful rooms, you'll see amazing Baroque art and architecture. The intricate details and grand designs are a feast for the eyes. Imagine tall ceilings with paintings, shiny mirrors reflecting the sea, and fancy furniture you'll want to touch. Don't worry, I won't tell. Each room tells a story of elegance and grandeur. My favorite spot is the Hall of Mirrors, like the one in Versailles. It's a place where you can lose yourself in the reflections and the beauty of the surroundings. It's full of light and grandeur, perfect for a selfie. The way the light dances off the mirrors is simply magical. And don't forget the palace gardens. These lush gardens are a green oasis amidst the historical splendor. These quiet gardens are a nice break from the busy city. They offer a peaceful retreat where you can relax and unwind. Walk through the hedges, look at the fountains, and pretend you're a Genovese noble, relaxing in this beautiful place. The gardens are meticulously maintained, adding to the overall charm. Visiting the Palazzo Reale is like being in a fancy movie. Every corner, every room, every garden path feels like a scene from a grand historical film. Okay, everyone, if you're like me, traveling is all about the food. There's nothing quite like exploring a new place through its culinary delights, and Genoa has amazing food. From savory street snacks to hearty meals, this city is a food lover's paradise. We're at the Mercato Orientale, Genoa's oldest and most exciting market. It's a place where history and flavor come together in the most delightful way. It's a party for your senses. Forget boring supermarkets. Here, every stall is bursting with color, aroma, and the lively chatter of vendors. This is the real deal, a colorful and super fun place. You can feel the energy and passion in the air. It smells like fresh herbs, cheese, and bread. The scent alone is enough to make your mouth water. Vendors yell about their goods, their voices mixing with pots and pans and people talking. It's a symphony of sounds that adds to the market's charm. This is the heart of Genoa's food scene, where you can find everything from fresh seafood to exotic spices. Don't be overwhelmed. There's so much to see and taste. Follow me, and I'll show you some of my favorite Genovese foods. Trust me, you won't want to miss these. First, we'll get farinata, a thin, crispy pancake made from chickpeas, baked in a wood-fired oven, and best enjoyed hot with salt. It's a local favorite. It's simple, savory, and you'll want more. One bite and you'll understand why it's so beloved here. Next, we have to try the pesto. This isn't just any pesto, it's the real deal. Genoa is where pesto comes from, and you haven't really tasted pesto until you've had it here. The freshness and flavor are unmatched. Made with fresh basil, pine nuts, garlic, olive oil, and Parmesan cheese, it's perfect with pasta, focaccia, or even just a spoon. It's a versatile delight. And for dessert, we'll have a cannolo, a crispy pastry filled with ricotta cheese and candied fruit. It's the perfect sweet ending to our market adventure. Okay, everyone, we've had our focaccia and farinata, so let's learn some culture. The best place for that is the Palazzo Ducale, one of Genoa's most impressive buildings. This isn't just another pretty palace. The Palazzo Ducale has been the center of Genovese power for centuries. It was the home of the doges, the rulers of Genoa, and it's seen everything: political secrets, big parties, even used as a jail. Today, the Palazzo Ducale is a cultural center. Inside, you'll see a huge courtyard with elegant arches and statues of Genovese heroes. It feels powerful and grand, reminding you of Genoa's past. But don't let the outside fool you. Inside, there's art, history, and culture. The Palazzo Ducale is now a museum with amazing exhibitions, from Renaissance paintings to modern art. Take your time walking through the palace's big halls and rooms. Look at the frescoes on the ceilings, the tapestries showing Genovese history, and imagine the fancy parties that happened here. Okay, everyone, let's talk about Christopher Columbus. You might be thinking, Columbus? What's he got to do with Genoa? Well, Genoa is where Columbus was born, the explorer who changed history. There's a lot of talk about Columbus's legacy, and we won't get into that here. But he's an interesting guy, and Genoa is proud of him. So how can you experience Columbus's Genoa? We'll start at the house where he maybe grew up. I say maybe because we're not totally sure. But it's a cute little house, and it's fun to imagine a young Columbus looking at the harbor, dreaming of adventure. Inside, there's a small museum about Columbus's life and voyages. It's not a big museum, but it's worth a quick visit. Okay, everyone, we've explored the Carugi, walked through palaces, and even followed Columbus's footsteps. Now let's see the city from above. The best way to do that is the Bigo, Genoa's panoramic lift. The Bigo looks a little weird next to the old buildings of the Porto Antico. It's a modern steel arm over the harbor. Its cabin rotates as it goes up, giving you amazing 360-degree views. As you go up, you'll see Genoa in a new way. The colorful buildings in the historic center look like toys, the port is busy, and the Ligurian coastline is beautiful. From up here, you can really see how the city is built on the hills, the buildings stacked on top of each other. Okay, everyone, as the sun goes down, let's go to one of my favorite places in Genoa, the Porto Antico. This historic waterfront, once a busy shipyard, is now a fun place to be. As you walk along the quays, you'll feel like you're back in time, with old warehouses, cranes, and tall ships. It reminds you of Genoa's history as an important port. But the Porto Antico isn't just about the past. Today, it's a mix of old and new, with museums, shops, restaurants, and an aquarium, all in restored buildings. I love the Gelato Museo del Mare, a museum about the sea. You can explore a replica of an old ship, learn about sailors, and even feel like you're in a storm at sea. Don't worry, it's not real. And you can't miss the Acquario di Genova, one of the biggest aquariums in Europe. It has over 12,000 sea animals, a real underwater wonderland. Okay everyone, our Genoa adventure is almost over, but not quite. We need to do one last thing. Enjoy a walk along the promenade with gelato as the sun sets. I know what you're thinking. Gelato? Yes, gelato is important in Italy, and Genoa is no different. There's something magical about eating gelato as the sun goes down, making the sky orange, pink, and purple. The promenade is along the waterfront, with great views of the harbor, city, and hills. As you walk, you'll be with locals and tourists, all enjoying the sunset. This is the perfect time to think about your time in Genoa. Remember the Carughi, the palaces, the markets, and the friendly people. So, there you have it everyone. Genoa, Italy's hidden gem. A city that's as interesting as it is surprising. I hope you liked this adventure. Genoa might not be as famous as Rome or Venice, but that's what makes it special. This city is great for people who like to explore, try new foods, and meet nice people. If you want a real Italian experience, a place that's not too touristy but full of history, culture, and great food, then visit Genoa. You won't be disappointed.